I've had a lot of weird things on my mind recently. Was the moon really formed by an early protoplanet colliding with the Earth? Is the human genome really largely identical to dolphins? Do we currently live closer in time to Cleopatra than she did to the building of the pyramids at Giza? Can you make music that doesn't sound totally demented on the Meris Hedra? Thankfully, we'll just be dealing with this last question in today's video. We'll be talking about the weird, wonderful world of the Meris Hedra, a totally unique pitch-shifting delay pedal that should be part of anyone's effects lineup. Right now we're going to do what absolutely no one else would do at this point in the video, which is run a drum machine through the Hedra. We're going to talk about the pedal features later in the video, so skip there. Actually don't, you're probably going to want to hear this. Okay, for this part of the video, I just wanted to do some voiceover to tell you what I'm doing in real time now that you've heard some of the sounds. Right now, the Volca Keys is playing just by itself, and I'm turning on the pedal, but we're not hearing anything. And that's because the mix knob is down, so let's turn that about halfway. Now what I'm doing is turning up the delay feedback so we can hear some of it. Hit the Alt button and then roll that mix knob pretty far up. And now let's dial in a pitch. And here is how we dial in the delay length of each of these individual pitches. You hit Alt and then roll that knob, and that's why we're gonna start hearing some delay going on. And because I'm a freak, I'm adding delay on the vocal keys too, just because I like the way it sounds, and I do think it's a really good use case for the Hedra to probably maybe use it with a regular delay pedal, or for sure reverb pedal. Pretty much every track I'm showing you today has a tiny bit of reverb on it because it just fucking sounds better. I actually just got this Volca keys, and I know that's not a review about this, but I'm just kind of amped about it because it actually sounds really good. It does some really cool stuff. Because it has 3-note polyphony, I can actually layer in these bass notes as that sequence is playing. So here I'm just playing with some of the pitches so you can hear what else is possible. At the beginning of the video, I referred to the Hedra as being demented, and you heard a little bit of it there. When the pitches aren't completely dialed in, it sounds really mental, for lack of a better word. So this is really important. The rate of the delay is controlled by tapping on that left switch. I tend to favor pretty long delays, but I wanted you to hear what a fast delay also sounded like. So with just a few kind of changes here, the piece has totally changed character, totally changed vibes. Now I'm going through some of the modes that are on the Hedra. Dual and series, and pitch feedback. I tend to favor series for a lot of the things that I've been doing, but as you can see right now, wow, it sounds cool. Just a little demented, but mostly really, really awesome and memorable. So this is just dry again, the pedal is off, and the pedal is on just so you can contrast it. What an insanely cool little pedal. It has all the power of a rack mount unit inside of a tiny pedal casing. It's kind of lightweight. Knobs are very sturdy. Everything functions great. The one thing it was lacking was some rubber feet on the bottom. So I found when it was on the table, every time I hit it, it slid. I put these felt furniture pads. You put these on the bottom of the table. I wouldn't say they're great. It still scoots a little, but at least it's not gonna scratch. I just wanted to give you a better close-up of the front panel of the Hedra because you couldn't totally see it in that last video. This is where your Alt button is, where you're gonna dial in your secondary functions. The only legitimate criticism that I've really heard of the Hedra, which I absolutely agree with, is that you just have to go deep with it. And using the Alt key and its secondary functions can get a little bit crazy at first. You're gonna be referring to the manual a lot when you first get this pedal, and I know I definitely have. It's kind of mind-blowing this pedal actually has presets. You can only access them with a 4-button foot switch that you get through Meris, or with MIDI. Yes, this guy has MIDI. To configure it, you have to go through the global settings configuration mode, which is very, very deep and involves button combinations, is the best way to say it. I also didn't mention that the Hedra is stereo and has a double output here for that. Meris has quite a lengthy factory settings page on its website to get you going with the Hedra. I actually kind of forgot to use this page because I tend to just rush into things. Just look at the sounds they're helping you dial in on this page. There's so many of them. This is a very great resource from Meris, and we thank them for that. It's still going. And I just want to interrupt this video just to say thank you so much for supporting small YouTube. You know what I mean. The person like me that only has a few hundred subscribers that no one's heard about. We're still refining our vibe. We're still figuring out how to make good videos. Thank you so much for hitting the like button and subscribing to people like me. It's important to note that I bought a used Meris Hedra off of eBay because I'm an unknown YouTuber that doesn't get free shit to make videos with. This is a pedal I lusted after for a long time, and you can see why after listening to some of these pieces of music. It's just fucking insane, man. It does so many cool things. And at first I was very, very challenged by it. Out of the box, I couldn't get anything to sound good on this. Part of that is that I grew up playing drums. I'm not really like a music theory guy. And understanding at least your key is kind of important with this pedal to get the best results out of it. Another sneaky cool feature of the Hedra that I never saw coming is pitch correction. It's super easy to use. Turn your mix knob all the way up, hit Alt, hit the micro tune knob up to 50%. This is where your pitch correction lives, and we've turned it on to strong correction. So no matter where you play on the fretboard, it's going to be in tune with the key that you've selected with this knob. Great finish. I think we can all agree that the Hedra's ticking all the boxes. About 90% of the videos on YouTube involving this pedal are all running guitar through it, and I honestly think that's my least favorite use case scenario. Use it with a drum machine, use it with a cello, or even sing through it. And as you can tell, I particularly like it with a little bit of synth drone. I rationalized the purchase of this pedal by making this video, thinking I would probably flip it pretty quickly. But this one is sticking around on the pedal board for a long time to come. Thank you so much for watching. I've got one more piece of music after this if you're interested. And if you've watched this far to the video, leave me a comment because I think there's probably only 2 of you. Thanks so much. See you soon and take care.